Welcome to Commander Tune-Ups. This Yidris deck was submitted by our friend and viewer of the channel, which I don't know why we're listening in that order. It's weird we're listening in that order. David.
We're going to cascade like nobody's business. Let's get into it.
I'm your host, Joe Cherries.
I'm your host, BZ, and that makes us the Nitpicking Nerds, the one and only. We're doing Commander Tune-Ups. What even is that? Because we haven't done one in a while.
Commander Tune-Ups is where we take your user-submitted deck, and we take it under your restrictions, whatever budget you have. Say you want to keep out combos, or whatever you say you want in this deck, and we upgrade it under your restrictions, which I already said.
Agreed. Now we got Yidris, Maelstrom Wielder. What? Maelstrom Wielder. Let's just give it a read, and then we'll say what the deck's trying to do. Yidris is red, black, green, blue for a 5/4 with trample, and when he deals combat damage to a player, your spells gain Cascade for the turn. The whole turn, all the spells.
That's really awesome. So this is a cool Cascade, give your stuff Cascade type deck.
Value, combat,
It's definitely a value deck.
Oriented.
Yeah, it's very much a combo deck. So the budget for this deck was, I don't have a lot of money.
That's what we were told. So gosh darn it, we came through limited upgrades, almost no cards above $5, and he said no cards above $35. Well, guess what, David? No cards above 5, except for like 3.
The average CMC of this deck is 4.07 before we did anything to it.
Right, and before we do anything to this deck, we gotta tell you that maybe you should consider subscribing. Because that was awesome. I mean, that was pretty cool what we just did. And what we keep doing, it's even cooler. So maybe you should subscribe. That got away from me.
That got really away from me.
Quick.
And besides, you want to be a subscriber to our channel because our subscribers are 10% more likely to understand what the heck a Maelstrom is.
Disclaimer, subscribing to the Nitpicking Nerds will not cause you to understand what the heck the Maelstrom is. No, they have to subscribe.
I mean, I don't know what a Maelstrom is, and I like Magic a lot.
As I like to say, they'd be losing money if they didn't subscribe. Now, the first category of this deck, setting up, laying the groundwork, getting the foundation laid before we can go ham sandwich on our opponent's faces.
So let's start with the thing I actually listed last on the script. A strong ramp package. You want to get a lot of mana out early, quick, so you can play your commander and just you hit soon, and you want to because the big spell's next that turn.
Yep.
That very turn. You don't want to go 1, 2, 3, 4 lands, commander.
No. You want him on turn 2 or 3, and this deck is probably turn 3 because of budgetary restrictions. The best version of this deck plays him on turn 1 or 2. But this deck, we are like turn 3 or bust, basically.
Yeah, you want to play him on turn 3. You never really playing him on 4 is not bad.
But let me just say,
you really want to get him out there early.
If my first hand doesn't have him on turn 3, I'm probably just mulliganing. I'm taking my free mulligan.
You're gonna take a free mulligan if you can't.
If I just can't cast him on turn 3, this is so huge.
There's a lot of ways to cast him on turn 3. Signets really help with that.
Every ramp in this deck, with the exception of a couple, you want to put lands into play untapped, and you want to put mana rocks into play untapped, for reasons that will become obvious later. What else do we setting up with?
We're setting up Lightning Greaves. Super important in this deck. Because if he comes out on turn 4 and you can boots him up, you can get a hit in.
That's good. I want him attacking on turn 4.
So you might not get a Cascade that turn, but he's also protected for your next go-around, unless there's a board wipe. But that's an early board wipe.
Can't really stop board wipes anyway, and they're not board wiping much if Yidris bites it on turn 4 or 5.
This is a good boots deck, though. You might want some Swiftfoot boosts in here over Lightning Greaves because of the next card.
Blood Mist.
Blood Mist. So Blood Mist gives, at the beginning of combat, give target creature double strike, which is awesome because your cards get Cascade and they get Cascade, so you do it twice.
Yeah, this card's pretty bad, but it's one of the most efficient ways to give Yidris double strike for free so that you can maximize the amount of spells you're double cascading with after combat.
Not gonna lie, this is actually a good reason to probably maybe put Swiftfoot Boots in. It's just, I guess those two cards just combo together. Lightning Greaves and Blood Mist. Another thing for setting up. So these are more for setting up your actual Cascades. Ponder, Preordained, Brainstorm. All 3 of those cards allow you to manipulate the top of your library so you can hit a great card with Cascade. So if you're casting like a 6-drop, you can get that 5-drop right on top there. Brainstorm's
the best at it.
You
choose what from your hand gets cascaded next. And also, I even like turn 1, Ponder or Preordaining. It's like, oh, I need ramp? Well, let me find some.
Yeah.
They're both so good. They both let you look at, Ponder lets you look at up to 4 cards. Preordain lets you look at up to 3.
Very, very strong.
Super sweet cards. And now we got to go, what are the best cards for triggering Yidris's when you cast a spell Cascade?
So now Yidris is hit. He's done his damage. For the rest of the turn, your cards have Cascade.
Step 1, complete.
So some of the best things are delve spells. Delve spells are amazing. So,
Why?
Because you can reduce their cost by exiling cards from your graveyard, but also, so something like, let's say, Tasigur will cost 1 black to cast, but its CMC is 6, so anything you can hit up to 5.
Right.
So
Not that you always will. Maybe you'll hit a Signet. Not that's bad.
Maybe you'll
but
hit-
the chance to hit up to 5 is there.
yeah, it's very good. So some other ones here. Tasigur we just listed. Murderous Cut. Murderous Cut's a strong removal spell in EDH.
This is the swords. Every deck needs the swords. This is the swords of this deck.
I really like Murderous Cut. I was trying different variations. I tried Tragic Clip before. This one's even better. And in this deck, it gets an extra boost because it actually costs 5 mana.
It costs 5. I can hit some crazy 4-mana spell.
You
Treasure Cruise.
You don't need to be told how good Treasure Cruise is. Card's insane.
Let's 1-mana draw 3. This deck isn't even that good at filling the graveyard, honestly. There's only 4 delve spells.
There's one good spell for filling up the graveyard. The draw equal to the cards in your hand and discard that many.
Ancient Excavation.
Ancient Excavation.
Another way to set up because it also has basic land cycling, which also puts a card in your graveyard.
That is also good. Dig Through Time. You also don't want to be told how good Dig Through Time is.
Nope. These cards are just great. They're ubiquitous. Pretty much everyone knows what they are by now. And we can move on to the weird cards that maybe you didn't know, especially if you don't play this deck.
It's listed here as a category of the expertises.
Let's just pick one and then explain why it's so good.
We'll start with Baral's Expertise. Return,
3 blue. Sorcery. Return 3 artifacts or creatures to their owner's hand. You may cast a spell with mana cost 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost.
now, you cascade off of the Baral's Expertise, obviously.
Right.
But Baral's Expertise also casts the card from your hand.
So the spell
which-
you cast for free triggers from Yidris. Yidris cares about from your hand.
So this when you cast this card, you get four spells off of it,
Which is ridiculous.
which is so strong.
Expertise, the cascade off of that particular spell, then the spell you cast for free, and the cascade from that spell.
We also have
For 5 mana. You're also bouncing 3 creatures.
Yeah, there's also Risk Cards Expertise, draw equal to the biggest power among creatures you control. Usually it's going to be 5, because that's what your commander is.
That lets you cast a big one for free.
It lets you cast a 5 or greater for free. So, and then you get doing your 4 spells again. Your Henny's Expertise costs 2 black. All creatures get -2, -3. Then you can cast something with for mana cost 3 or less from your hand.
I like that card. It sweeps away all the mana dorks.
It's
All the annoying chaff, just get out. Yidris survives, so it's no big deal.
really good against tokens too.
Agreed.
I mean, Toxic Deluge is obviously so much better because it's versatile. But like Toxic Deluge for 3 is a common thing to do.
It really is. I mean, that's why that card's so good,
Yeah, it's the versatility.
because you can do whatever. Curtain's Call, it costs 6 mana, but it really costs 3 mana, because you always have 3 opponents, how we play anyway. Destroy 2 creatures, that's another Swords-esque effect. Blasphemous Act, you know it, you love it, it costs 1,000,000 mana. Get your Cascades. And the last one,
Frantic Search. You can cast it for 2 blue, get a Cascade.
well, you have to.
Yeah, you get that Cascade. You draw 2, discard 2, and you untap your land, so you never even spend anything. You can just use the mana again.
This is
Or-
this is amazing. 2 Cascade with trigger something, or if this is the card you hit, you untap 3 lands, you can keep going.
Which is the next category, is actually the best Cascade hits.
Wowie!
So there's a lot of setup in this deck. So you can throw out a lot of cards early, possibly. So some of the best things to hit. First, wheels. You want to hit these wheels. Wheel of Fate, Whispering Madness, Windfall. You want to hit any one of these.
Discard your hand, fill it up with 7, 8, 9, however many cards you got. Notably, Wheel of Fate is the only 0-drop in the deck, so if you hit a 1-drop, just search for Wheel of Fate and play it, because that's what's going to happen. That's intentional, so that we can always wheel. We know every 1-drop is equal to a wheel, so we don't have to think about randomness. There's a win con involved with that later.
Wheel of Fate is super needed in this deck. It's super good. I don't know if it's super needed, but it's... You want it. You really want it.
You'll thank me later.
Fibblethip. That's my favorite hit. Period.
What else would you ever want to hit? Fibblethip, the Lost.
You draw 2.
Instead of 1.
I don't care what you say. And you get Fibblethip on the field. Card, it's busted, broken, amazing. It's
Best
over.
card in the deck. Gourmet Bagel, Fibblethip.
Gourmet Bagel, not even close.
Best card in the deck.
I'm not naming another Gourmet Bagel. Gourmet Bagel is Fibblethip.
Get in your deck, David. Sky Shroud Claim and Nature's Lore. We brought these up before. When you cascade into a Sky Shroud's Claim or Nature's Lore, you search for a forest. They can be shocklands, they can be Battle for Zendikar lands, they can be basics. They have to be forests. They come in untapped, which lets you get more spells from your hand and cascade more.
Yep. Signets and Mana Rocks also come in untapped.
Yeah, Signets require a buddy, another mana to make 2. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
And obviously, we said Frantic Search. It's awesome. Hit it.
Frantic Search is great. And this is, I've seen 2 Yidris decks now, and their number one problem is, how do I actually win the game? Because I've seen they just go off and they're like, oh my god, blah, 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 blah. Go ahead. And then they die.
One card we didn't add that, so this is just another Yidris that I thought of. I don't know why it just hit me now. Probably because you said the other Yidris deck.
I don't know why I just hit you now.
I don't know either. The other Yidris deck that we had a bad version of it. Another thing you can do if you want to win the game, this is actually a cheap edition that you could throw in the deck if you wanted right now.
What is this?
It's not.
I'm dying.
Next to Fate.
Nexus of Fate.
Because this deck can churn through itself so easily.
So if you ever churn through to the point where maybe you hit Nexus of Fate once and then you go off again next turn, you get rid of your whole library and then it's just Nexus of Fate.
And then you just win.
You just win that way. That's a way to go. I wouldn't even say it's super cheap.
Next to Fate's down to like $8.
Wow. Look
It's
at
not,
us.
It's not bad anymore.
So that's one way to go. We didn't end up going that way. Here's one way we went, though. You know the card Notion Thief? Yeah. Stops all your opponents from drawing, and then you draw instead. Well, what if we hit?
know that card.
What if we hit Wheel of Fate? Oh, they lose. Their opponents are dead.
Motion Thief, Wheels. That's a win con.
So they're not dead. This is the only win con we count as a win con where no life totals are changed, no board states are changed. Your opponents have no hand at all.
And you have a bajillion.
And you
cards.
draw 20? Tell me the game's not over. It most likely is.
28.
Sure, let's say 28.
If you hit Wheel of Fate, you do draw.
Oh,
20.
it is 7. Yeah, that's true. Specifically, you'll have 28. Yeah. So there's a couple wheels. That's a free, basically, way to go, and then you'll be able to just. It'll come back to you. You set up one of these other win cons. Like
Consuming Aberration. I mean, this is a tough one. It's a win con in a couple ways. You're casting 1,000,000 spells, so you can mill a lot of cards
How so?
fast.
I have no idea what this card is. And surely the people watching don't either. So
They don't know what Consuming Aberration is? Everyone knows what Consuming Aberration is.
Better read it.
It's a star for 3, blue-black. It's a horror, I believe, or a nightmare. I think it's a horror.
One of those.
One of those.
Who cares?
Its power toughness is equal to the number of cards in all graveyards.
All opponents' graveyards.
All opponents' graveyards.
What does it actually do, though?
Whenever you cast a spell, each opponent mills until they hit a land.
I like to call that mind grind for one.
They mind grind for 1 every time you cast a spell, and you're casting a lot of spells. This can mill people out.
It translates into cast 30 spells, you win.
Yeah.
There's no way there's more than 30 lands, therefore they lose.
And even then, this thing gets big fast. It's a one-shot easily.
One shot kill for sure. We have ways to make things unblockable. We have ways to give things double strike. We have ways to give things haste. This thing's going to end somebody's day and then stick around and end the other 2 days simultaneously.
The other two simultaneously.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so?
Kill the other one, mill the other one. Kill and mill. The old kill and mill.
But they're both killing.
The only non-bow is when you kill people. Its power toughness shrinks from
It does.
300 to 200.
Yeah, you won then. There's 100 cards in the graveyard.
Maybe.
How could you not have won? That's every single card
That's
in the deck.
more. That's more than every single
No,
card.
that's every single card in the deck and their commander.
And we've got their commander in too.
Yeah.
Good for us.
So you won.
And the last one, Aetherflux Reservoir. Did we say something about casting around 30 spells and winning?
We did.
This will do it. Why don't you read this one?
Aetherflux Reservoir is 4 mana for an artifact. Whenever you cast a spell, gain life equal to the number of spells you've cast this turn.
Okay.
So, and pay 50 life, deal 50 damage to any target.
Yeah.
I was just a creature or player, which is what to any target.
You can have planeswalkers.
You can have planeswalkers, you can have creatures, you can have players.
I'm glad it says that, but it really shouldn't.
It's funny. I've never seen it happen.
You might have to hit a Platinum Angel first.
There's definitely situations where you will have to do that.
Or a Platinum Empyrean.
Not often.
Yeah. Mostly, you're just dealing 50 out to people's faces.
It's the cannon. I like when the cannon comes out and they're at like 54 life. It's like, okay, go ahead, kill me, good.
Hit me. I want you to do it. I want you to do it.
I like it. Like the other day, our friend had this out and it was up. He's at 54 life. I'm like, all right, I'll attack you for 6. He's like, I don't have blockers. I could kill you, but then I just die to the other person. It's like, well, then take 6 and the cannon.
You have to knock them off the throne because if they have, it's like Mazavith. Just attack them. They're going to use Mazavith, and now they don't have Mazavith. So you got to. Maybe it sucks. You got to force them to fire the cannon at somebody.
That's something that I always do when I play Commander.
You take the fall.
I always take the fall.
I usually let you.
I just hate. I hate if everyone's just gonna sit there. If someone has enough damage to kill one person and they're sitting there, I'm like, okay, then kill me, because you have to.
It's really interesting if you're not winning, and you do that, because they're like, fine, I won't do it.
That's why I have to go.
Although most of the time I feel like, I don't know who I play with, but they just go, yeah, kill you, and then die. And then Joe's left with, I don't know, me or whoever else it is. I'm like, what just happened?
That has definitely happened before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so this deck was originally 4.07. We mentioned that.
That was as the average spell cost. Now it's 3.73. lowered it just a tad. Just bring it down a little bit. We know we got the devil spells. Just bring it down. I want to cast all my spells.
Total upgrades, $69. 69
and 4 cents.
Boo. Boo. Boo.
So David, if you're really worried about budget, you can spend $69 and get all 23 of these cards right now. Or if you don't want to get Stomping Ground and Tezzeret the Seeker, you only have to spend $41.
That's not bad.
That's basically what you're willing to spend on one card. So if I don't see you the next time I see you with this exact deck, then you're fired.
You're fired from
guest starring on the Nitpicking Nerds in Commander Tune-Ups. We'll remove this video.
Take that!
Take that. But also, thank you for submitting a deck. And if you want to submit a deck, you can use a tapped out or a TCG player link in the comments. We'll check it out. We'll edit it. Boom. We'll let you know. It'll be probably on the show.
If you leave a comment, make sure you put your budget and any restrictions you might have.
Otherwise, we'll assume you mean no restrictions, or we'll follow up and say, hey, got any of these restrictions?
No restrictions is tough to build with because, like, well, it needs Gaia's Cradle,
Mana
Crypt,
Mana Vault, Ancient Tomb, all that stuff. But additionally, if you thought this deck is sweet and you want to maybe check out, buy some cards, or buy some Throne of Eldraine cards, or buy some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, go to the link in tcgplayer.com in our description specifically, and you'll be helping support the channel with every purchase you make.
That would be very, very much appreciated. That link, just click on the link and then buy whatever you want.
Yes.
And when I say buy stuff to support the channel, buy the stuff you already wanted. Just do it.
Don't do it for us. Do it for
us.
you. Just use a different click. Click a different place.
Click a different place. It help us out. That's how we get there. That's awesome.
But the best way, by far, for my money,
us.
the best way to support us, patreon.com/user/nitpickingnerds. 28 people are already supporting us.
Wait, 28? That was 27.
It said 28 this morning. I'm just going to go with that.
We're back! I must have missed one. We'll have to see who it was.
I don't even think there was anyone new. I think I just said 27 erroneously last time. 28 patrons, they're on screen
28
right now.
patrons.
They support us.
They all support us. They're all awesome.
How much do we love them? I can never get it right.
We love them as much as we can without making them uncomfortable. So
of course.
You're just about to be uncomfortable. You're like, these guys love me a lot. And they're like, they're fine.
Right at the crux of uncomfortability.
So we're heading out now.
We probably should.
We probably should.
This is a nice, quick, breezy deck tech. Love it.
It was a normal deck tech. I feel like it was close to like 20 minutes.
Nice, quick, breezy deck tech.
Peace out, Tribe Scout.
Didn't like my joke.